what is like some advice that you would give to parents, or that you have given to parents? I mean, you're a coach at the Flow Collective, so I'm sure you get this kind of stuff all the time. What is the advice you would give?
So that flow is possible, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times parents will say, I can't do this, I can't, it's just not possible in my lifestyle. And so you have to get creative, for sure. By the end of the 8 weeks, when you go through the Zero to Dangerous training, those people have changed, they're like, okay, it is possible. I just have to figure out how this works for me. And one of the things that seems to help a lot of folks is having a wake up to flow day, where we have that you get up a little bit earlier that day and you just have this time. And for most parents, it's not sustainable to do it every single day. To wake up at 5 a.m. because you're just going to be exhausted, because your day starts at the end of the day, with all the kid stuff. But having 1 to 2 days a week and starting there and getting flow in that time, because something we say here at FRC a lot is flow follows flow. And so if you can just give yourself the opportunity, and it does take maybe a waking up to flow, a 5 a.m. day, or through more of a night owl and after the kids go to bed, block. So one of those blocks, and having that once a week, and starting from there, and letting flow follow flow after you've given yourself that space, because sometimes it's just, you have to give yourself a few extra hours at the beginning or at the end of the day, because of how crazy the schedule is with work and kids and phone calls that come in because somebody threw up at school or whatever it was.
I've had those phone calls. I've had those, kid got hit. My son fell out of his chair one day, and I'm like, what do you mean he fell out of his chair? And he's like, he was playing or something, and he fell and he bumped his head, and it just like, it throws your whole day off. So they come up for parents, and you have to kind of be available for those calls.
You do. Totally. Yes. So that's a tip that I give a lot of parents, and it helps a lot. And like I said, just doing 1 day a week, or maybe 2, instead of every single day, because then you start to get tired, you're not getting as much recovery if you're doing that. But that's something that a lot of parents have had some success with.
Do you find that recovery is a thing that always gets put aside for parents? Like, it's the number one thing that parents are like, just putting it to the side. I don't need this much recovery in my life. And they just, that's the first thing that I always cut out, is like the recovery time. And I think it's the most beneficial. Sometimes I need that. You find that happens a lot with parents in flow?
Yes. The challenge then is feeling guilty. So like the sources of what drives it are a little bit different, for parents. For, sometimes it is this go, go, go mentality, type A, and sometimes is I feel guilty. And so I'm not going to take that recovery time for myself. So the conversation you have with yourself and how you frame it, it looks different, I think, for parents, when they feel bad.
About parent guilt.
Yeah.
Parent guilt is a real thing.
It is.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
You're not.
Yeah. I've heard of mom guilt a lot. That's been thrown around, but like, there's some serious dad guilt out there.
Yeah.
And I think that it's nice to actually recognize it and say, oh yeah, okay, this is a thing that's affecting me and how I can recover. And, to be my optimal self, I need this recovery time so that I can be that amazing parent that I want to be. Yeah. And to do that is sometimes just, getting a massage, or just relaxing for 10 minutes in the middle of the day. Because sometimes we forget about it. We're just like, it's go, 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 go. It's just one thing to the next, and you don't have a second to breathe. So I have found that recovery has been a huge part of my own mental stability as a parent.
It's really important to identify that as a flow blocker. That one, feeling a little bit guilty or not wanting to miss a minute, or whatever it is. Recovery is a part of the flow cycle, and if flow makes you more present for your family, which is something I hear from parents a lot, at the time I have with them, I want to be fully present for it, but then we can't sacrifice too much recovery. You're still probably going to sacrifice some. I don't know any parent who doesn't.
Yeah.
But at least giving it a little bit more of moving it up the priority list a little bit.
Yeah. So I think that starting with 2 flow blocks a week is a really good place to start, but also adding in those recovery times almost in sequence with that. So it's like, you got to do both, and then you start building on those. I think it's a really, really great advice to give parents. So thanks.
You're welcome.
Arlene. You were such a great coach for me. I thought it was awesome. I thought we had so much fun, didn't we?
We did. We had a lot of fun. I always look forward to our time together.
Yeah. We laughed a lot, we even laughed a lot when it was really stressful. I'm losing my mind, Arlene, and you're like, it's okay, Jay. We're gonna take you down. Calm down. I'm like, okay, I'm okay. It was awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciated helping me get through Flow Collective, because 0 to Dangerous was a huge game changer for me. It was awesome. But getting back into the workforce and just getting back into focus and being able to sit in front of a computer and work for 3 hours at a time is a huge thing, when I'm used to, every 5 minutes I'm doing something different with kids. So I really needed that shift in perspective. So 0 to Dangerous was awesome for that. So
That's
thank
amazing.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jay. It's been fun to chat.
Always fun.
Yeah, I know. It's there's a lot. Yeah.
You just got to be an expert in everything online all the time, constantly. I'm like, I'm not. I don't. That's not my life. That's not my world.